Hey, Aries, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Aries. Finances are showing up for you as one of your key themes. So some of you are going to be really happy when it comes to finances because you also have the bliss card here. So this could be team projects, collaborations, communications. For some of you, you are learning a new skill. You may have been quite stressed out about money. There may have even been a situation that has caused you a lot of anxiety, not just finances. This can be any area of your life, but I do see an outcome that looks favorable for you. I mean, not only do you have the bliss card, you have the 9 of cups. And both of these two are doing the same exact pose. Look at that. It's a pose of freedom. Heart chakra energy there. So there's an opening here of receiving, an opening of the heart. And I also am getting with this self-love card as your centered energy. This is about confidence. And I feel like you're regaining a sense of confidence, regaining a sense of strength at the bottom of the deck. It almost feels for some of you, with this strength card, you started to doubt. You started to doubt yourself, or you started to doubt that something was going to turn here. And I feel like there is a turn, and this feels quite good. Now, the only major arcana showing up was that strength card at the bottom of the deck. So just be mindful. We're going to look at health. We'll look at money, career, love. We'll look at it all. But when I do see that strength showing up, try to be mindful of overworking or exhaustion, Aries. This can also be taking a deep dive into your lifestyle habits. And if there's anything unhealthy that you've been really meaning to change around, this could be the month to do it. I feel like you do have strength on your side. I'm also getting, for those of you that have struggled with intimacy issues or feelings of maybe getting connected to oneself, this is a really beautiful month to take a look at that as well. And I feel like the heart, again, the heart is highlighted here. Be mindful of the back, overdoing it, the spine, the torso, circulation, and vitality. I also see for some of you, there could have been a breathing issue around breathing or the lungs or expansion or even the ribs or the rib cage. So those are all things to be mindful of in the month of November. All right, we're going to get a final archetype out here. This one kind of just fell out, the shapeshifter. Beautiful. I do see things shifting for you, Aries, in a new way. And it feels like you almost lost or gave up confidence, or it just feels like there was lack of energy, lack of momentum with that strength card. Some of you felt quite exhausted, like you were at the end of your wit's end here with something. But I see the 9 of Swords. There's a comeback here, and it's switching from that 9 of Swords energy into the 9 of Cups energy. So some sort of struggle or challenge is looking to be highly favorable for you. So let's dive in here. Right off the bat, you have finances. This is all about abundance, savings, assets. You may even be looking for professional guidance when it comes to maybe a mortgage, a financial advisor, a real estate broker. These could all be professions that you are learning or partaking in. I see here there's a payout, or there is a new income source coming in for those of you that are looking to expand, for those of you that are wanting more abundance. I mean, who doesn't, right? But I feel like there's fortune here. Fortune kind of gives me that fortune favors the bold with that strength card underneath. And I feel for a lot of you, there's going to be a perspective change that actually brings this in, or the way that you're viewing it, the way you're viewing your abundance, the way you're viewing your health or your life in general, something is shifting here because you do have perspective. How is this shifting, or what's happening is you're thinking outside of your comfort zone. Some of you are broadening your scope. You could be increasing your talents is what I'm getting. I also see some travelers here. Some of you may be traveling. Maybe you just got back from traveling. You may work in the travel industry. This does talk about travel, expeditions, new lands, backpacking. You could even book a trip. Now, this could be a single trip or a solo trip. It could be for a day, a weekend, or a week or so. Okay, so I do feel like there's wanderlust showing up here. And yeah, look at that. Some of you, it's a move. It's quite literally a new life. This could be a new portal opening up for you. Whatever it is that you've been wanting to manifest, whatever that dream of yours has been, it's bubbling up to the surface. And look at this. We have the Strength card peeking out, two separate decks here. We have it in the Oracle and we have it at the bottom of the Tarot. So you've gone through a lot. Your strength has been questioned. You've questioned your stamina, your own perseverance at times. This is about you overcoming obstacles. I feel like your ancestors, your guides, your loved ones, and even those here in the physical, you have some people that are very proud of you. You've come a long way. You've accomplished a lot. And I'm not just talking, Aries, on a physical level. Yes, there may be physical accolades, but this is emotional. This is spiritual. This is you connecting and overcoming some heavy mental or, emotional setbacks for some of you. Okay. I see a celebration coming in because there's big changes. You're entering into a new cycle. And your perspective on life is definitely shifting. And it makes sense because the majority of November, we're in Scorpio season. And I actually see the Scorpio energy out here. Okay, well, we do have the death showing up. Potentially the death of relationships that have kept you full of anxiety. Okay, at least I see that switching up here. Some sort of partnership or relationships. Maybe it has to do with finances, but this is in your love category or your family category. I see you are gaining a professional perspective. Some of you could be talking to a therapist or a money coach or an advisor, a boss even. A healer, I'm getting a guru, a spiritual healer, or a psychic or an intuitive. So you could be getting really great coaching, mentoring, or advice over the coming months that help you shift your perspective in order for you to manifest this new life. This is exciting. Aries, I'm loving this starting off for you. And I see the money tree growing, and this could be growing your abundance in all ways. Now, abundance is so much more than just financial wealth. But I do see here, I'm just looking to see if there's any pentacles. I feel for a lot of you, this does have to do with, you investing in the things that bring you happiness, the things that do bring you pleasure and enjoyment, because I'm getting with that strength. Some of you may have had a bit of depression, and this can be low-grade depression, or it can even be highly functioning depression. And we don't often talk about that. Whenever you tend to think of the word depressed, you're like, nah, I'm not depressed. I'm getting out of bed. I'm doing my everyday thing, right? And I'm keeping it all together. But high functioning depression is kind of the opposite of the cliche that we think of when we tune into the energy of that word, right? And I see for some of you, you're getting help regarding direction or how to feel your emotions, how to get excited about things again, or how to feel like you are tuning in and trusting your own intuition. And this is going to help you in this financial sector or category of your life. Aries. Okay, I'm getting the name here, Roberts. Roberts could be a name, could be a location, or even Robertson. All right. Take that as it resonates, please. And I'm also getting a cat. Someone's definitely a cat lover, because it almost feels like I'm getting someone cracking open. This could be some wet cat food, or maybe you have a cat or an animal, but I'm seeing a cat. This could be a pet that is switching to maybe some wet food. Maybe it was on dry food, but now your pet may need some wet food. Okay, take that as it resonates. Now, you also have self-love showing up here, Aries, as one of the key themes for you this month. This is about opening that heart center, right? And it's you feeling more confident about who you are and your path moving forward. This is also about acceptance. There's something here. They're giving me that serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the difference, or the wisdom to know the difference. So there's something here you have accepted, and maybe it was very difficult for you, Aries, to accept something. And as I say that, they're showing me the word rest. So I feel like by you putting something to rest, by you fully accepting a situation that may have even been out of your control, this has allowed you to get a little bit of, R&R. Maybe put the mind to rest, because you may have been overthinking. You may have been having difficulty with your sleep apnea for some of you. You may have had restless sleep, getting up at many different hours, maybe even having nightmares. And I feel for a lot of you, you have been and will continue, but you've done some massive work on yourself. You really have. And that's what I'm getting here, where there's a lot of people that are very, very proud of you. And I feel like not just in the physical, but the spiritual side, you have your ancestors and your spirit guides who are cheering you on. They're your biggest cheerleaders and guides here on, here on planet Earth. And I do feel like there is a sense of really going within this month with that Scorpio energy. But then again, towards the end of November, we hit that Sagittarian. That's the gypsy soul. I always look at my Saggies as gypsy souls. And you have this showing up with the Wanderlust. So I feel like you're coming out of your box per se. You're coming alive again. You're feeling again. And maybe some of you struggled with that piece. You struggled with your emotions. You felt like you were numb a little bit. Some of you have a numbing or a tingling in the body. Okay, you may want to get nerves checked out. That could be something to do with the nerves or nerve endings. Okay, that's something showing up. Now, your key theme here is bliss. I love when this shows up. This is like the Sun card in tarot. I created this card, and this is about heaven on earth. Now, of course, it's not ideal to be happy 24/7, right? But what we can do is we can allow ourselves to flow. And that, to me, when we are allowing ourselves to flow, that is bliss. Now, does it mean that we're never going to come against a challenge or a hard time? Absolutely not. But it means that we can allow ourselves to flow with the energy instead of resisting it. Because when we resist, that's when we get caught up in our Nine of Swords, caught up in our head. That's when we create dis-ease in the body. That's when we start to worry. That's when we're depressed. That's when we have anxiety. That's when, those crows come in and they are loud, right? You've all heard some crows crowing. Okay. I'm not sure what they do, but it's a loud energy, a loud noise. And I feel that loudness has kind of creeped in, and you didn't even realize how loud it got because you started to get used to it. And I feel like there's something here that is really a beautiful wish manifesting. And this is going to liberate you. This is a sense of freedom, because some of you, there's been a dam that's been building, a dam that has stopped the flow. And what I see this month is there is a celebration here regarding release, regarding acceptance and free flowing instead of it feeling a bit stagnant. And this is also a yes card. If you have come to this reading with a question or, am I going to Am I going to meet a person that's going to be pivotal on my path? Or am I going to have an opportunity to bring in income? Whatever it may be. I mean, this is a yes card because I see you aligning your energy by shifting some of your perspectives. There's a new point of view that you have because that Scorpio energy is taking you deeper. This is also about professional guidance. As we mentioned earlier, some of you could be getting help. This is about clarity and taking off or removing the lens that tend to be, what I'm getting here is some of you, there was a lens that was scratched. If you wear glasses, even if you've had sunglasses, you know, when they get scratched or they get fingerprints on them, and you know, we don't realize, we just keep wearing them through that lens, but we got to wipe them off to get the full clear vision. And I see for some of you, that's what's happening, is you're wiping off that lens, and it's going to help you move forward. Yeah, let's dive into the tarot here. You start off with the Page of Wands. Now, Page of Wands can be, I mean, it's showing up a little bit in the reverse here, so it can be needing to reprioritize or refocus one's energy. I'm also getting the eyes again. Be mindful of the eyes. Some of you could be an eye exam. You may want to get your eyes checked out or tested in some way. Maybe some of you have a prescription that needs to be switched or changed up. Now, with this Page of Wands, this is about a message as well. If some of you have been waiting for a message to come in, I see that, I mean, maybe 3 months has been significant, or maybe 3, like you haven't, maybe you applied for a position a while ago and you haven't heard back, or maybe you wanted things to mend between you and another person and it's been 3 months. The Page of Wands can bring in communication. Now, I'm also getting, for some of you, there has been a little bit of apathy or boredom here. Maybe even a little bit of impulsivity, but I see there's a need to focus or to refocus, I should say, because I also see the Seven of Cups showing up in reverse. So the Seven of Cups and this Page of Wands can be about, you know, scattered energy. And I see here you're finding your center again. There's a coming to the self, or coming back home in some way. Maybe this is coming back home by spending a little more time with your loved ones, with your, you know, community, with your friends, because the Three of Cups is right behind it. Now, with this Page of Wands, there may even be a message around a course of study or a career. This can be a passion project. I feel like you are, I'm quite literally getting jumping for joy, as you can see here, but it may feel like it's been a long time since you've been happy about something, or it feels like you never thought this day would come. But because the Three of Cups is showing up, and I see the Big Dipper, it's like the stars have aligned to bring this to you here, because you didn't give up. You stayed open. If you're thinking about studying, maybe studying on a course of learning that has to do with healing, okay, the healing arts or finances here, I feel like this is a yes. Like, this is the time to do it. This is the time to open yourself up to creative passion, inspired passion here. Nine of Swords does say that some of you have struggled again with your sleep. There's been anxiety, but the Nine of Swords here is saying you're stepping beyond your comfort zone and taking a risk, because I see this in reverse. That's what's required of you to get to this place of bliss, right? The only thing that gets in our own way is ourselves, right? And I feel like some of you, there was a situation that may have felt blocked, or you may have resisted. And I see that you're getting a lot more clear. You're getting a lot more grounded. I also see with the Seven of Cups, some of you were overwhelmed by maybe multiple opportunities out there, but you kept getting rejections with the Page of Wands, okay? And it caused a lot of anxiety. This could go for career. It could go for love, or partnerships. I mean, the Seven of Cups, there's many, many different things underneath the cups. He doesn't quite know what they are until he opens that portal, opens that doorway. But it almost feels like some of you had to reprioritize and say, what's really going on with my energy? Am I in a place where I'm attracting the things that I desire, the things that I feel are an emotional and intuitive fit with this 7 of Cups? But with that 3 of Cups showing up here, there's going to be news of abundance or a raise or a social event. Some of you could even be passing a test. If there was documentation, whether it be, a job application, whether it be a visa, passport, if something was delayed here or denied or rejected, this could even be, a mortgage loan or whatever it may be. I see that something that could have been rejected is coming back around, and you may have had anxiety about it. Like, is it going to flunk again or fail again? But I actually see it coming through here. 3 of Cups. And I am getting that 3-month mark. So perhaps something has been shifting over the last 3 months, or it could be between now and the next 3 months, into January of 2025 is really when this wish for you starts to manifest with the 9 of Cups. This is feeling content, feeling good. Remember those emotions that we talked about earlier? Feelings of, instead of being a little bit numb or not having the highs as much, this is feeling very fulfilled emotionally, a lot more joy, a lot more, abundance and peace and satisfaction and serenity, the good feelings that we want to feel, right? Because you're flowing with this energy. I definitely see a free flow and getting more grounded. You may even be using a grounding mat. You may be grounding by getting out in nature, walking barefoot. Maybe you're working with grounding crystals such as kyanite or tourmaline. I feel like you're doing what you need to do to not feel so scattered or brain fogged or, memory, something with memory showing up here. And I'm getting chaga or mushrooms. Some of you could be drinking, maybe you're drinking mushroom tea or coffee as you're listening to this. But I see something with the brain. You may even be getting a sleep study done. Some of you, there's a sleep study, or you're diving into dreams, dream analysis. Some of you are dream interpreters. You could be getting a lot of messages through your dreams and you're trying to depict them. But your final outcome with the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment, it's the treasure chest here. You have the 4 of Wands. Some of you are going to get news about a new home. Okay, you could be moving into a new home. This can also be marriage. It can be marriage. It can be, the 4 of Wands is a beautiful energy around celebration. So whatever it is in your life, some of you are becoming a grandparent. I'm hearing that as well. Or you may find out that a loved one, a family member, or a daughter is pregnant. I'm getting something here around pregnancy or marriage. Someone could be telling you, and this could also be something that manifests in the next 3 months. Okay, because I'm getting strongly, and I'm going to pull a timing card before we move further. Spirit, can we get timing here showing up for Aries? What do we need to know about timing? Maybe when some seeds were planted, when something comes to fruition. What do we need to know? Morning time. When is the perspective really going to shift here for you? And I feel like a new day has dawned. Some of you are changing your morning routine, and by changing your morning routine, Aries, it changes your entire day. So if you've started to switch things around in the morning, I feel like that's going to also break free from resistance. It's going to help you loosen the energies here that feel a little stuck or stagnant. Can we get a month, Spirit? This could be happening now for you. Some of you could get a call today. You could get a call. There could be incoming news or a message. Okay. Oh, some of you are going to book something now, or you're going to hear of news now, but it doesn't happen until later. That makes sense, because that's what I'm picking up on. I'm like, there's joy, there's abundance, but why do I keep getting 3 months? Because you have not the right time right now, but I see this is, I mean, it could be on a holiday. Some of you, there's going to be news around a holiday, but it's as if you know about this or you have this strong emotion or intuitive hit and that something is going to manifest for you. And it may not be, right here, right now, but it happens at a little bit later of a date. But I see here by you changing your routine right now, right now, today, or by the morning, right? I feel by potentially the next holiday. I mean, we have quite a few coming up over the next 3 months, but it could be around a holiday that this celebration comes in. You're really able to celebrate. So I like this showing up for you on a holiday. All right. Let's look at career, wealth, money, finances, and abundance. Some of you are writers. Some of you are content writers, bloggers, book writers, or you are in the creative writing career. You could also be writing down your dreams. You could be writing a book. You could be journaling. Or if you're not doing any of those things, you may want to consider doing so because that could bring about some ideas that you hadn't thought of before that could inspire you with this Page of Wands. I also see you writing things down, such as making a list. It can be either a pros and cons list. It can be a to-do list. It could be a grocery list. But I do see you spending more time in this energy. Your words have power to influence. So it's time to share your gift with the world. Communication, throat chakra here. Words are magic. Use them to manifest more abundance. You may even be creating a vision board. You could be, looking at next year's goals. I see you planning. Maybe you're writing out a business plan, or you could be, setting something up. I feel like you're setting something up now that's going to affect you in 2025 in a big way. Yeah, because that's why this card is showing up. It doesn't mean that it's not the right time for you to do it. What I'm getting intuitively with the morning connected to it, it says do it now because you will see continuous results. So for example, when you start to work out, you start to exercise, you don't see the results on day one, right? You continue to stay consistent with it and you start to see the results. And, 3 months, you go to put on your jeans, hopefully maybe not that long, but you go to put on your jeans and, they're a little looser, or you feel like you have more strength to walk up and down the stairs than you did before. So you're going to start seeing physical improvements showing up for you. And I also see something that you book, something that you take, like a test or an exam or an interview. You do it now, but you're going to get the results later. All right. We have a partnership showing up. This could be a collaboration between 3 people as well, even though partnership can be 2, because I have the 3 of Cups. This could be a collaboration. You're manifesting a strong and successful partnership or collaboration. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience that you lack. This goes for career. It also has to do with that mentor energy or ability to have that professional guidance here in some way, because that's going to help you see things from, a different perspective. This person is going to open you up, but you have to be in that flow of energy, because if you're not, then you may reject the idea or the opportunity or, the gift basically. So stay present, because remember, that is always the gift. Some of your relationships may be holding you back from success. I see that with the 9 of Swords and possibly in your personal life. Now, if you do have a personal partnership, yes, this could also be in your career. There's a person, an individual, or a group of individuals that's affecting you. I feel in multiple areas of your life. This is the month where you really reassess your priorities and you say, is this person contributing to my growth? Are they showing up as a support system? Do they have my back? Or am I continuing to put in this energy and not get anything in return? So be mindful of partnerships this month. All right. We have precarious. There have been a lot of ups and downs financially. I see that here for you with the financial card, but I see here, yeah, money is coming in fast and going out just as quickly, and it may feel like it's been a bit of a roller coaster for you. That's why some of you could sign up for something now, or you do something now, but maybe the action portion of it is later. I do feel like there are fast changes regarding money or an unexpected turn of finances, and it does look like this turn is good. With the Bliss card, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Wands, there could be some sort of back pay, a payout, an investment, a new income source, or a raise showing up. And that may be, though, what you were stressing out about here. That's why you have this, anxiety. For a lot of you, it has been financial. You felt very restricted. You felt very trapped. You can see that there's black and white. And it's interesting because on this card is black and white, but on the Bliss card, and the energy that I see coming out of this is more of a rainbow. So instead of seeing things just black and white, or maybe it feels a little bit stuck or inflexible, I feel like there's another opportunity that maybe you didn't think of, or it comes towards you and it feels more colorful, more expansive, more abundant. All right, final outcome here. When it comes to career, this is about an award. There's a payoff for your efforts because you have been working hard. You got that strength card. I mean, the strength card is putting in a lot, right? It is facing fears, overcoming difficulty, and really staying determined on your path and reaching into that inner courage that you have. And I do see that you're getting recognized this month. Some of you are in the public eye, the spotlight. You could be fame. There could be fame coming your way. This is about winning money, a payout. Yeah, exactly what I mentioned earlier. So there may be a big milestone that you hit this month. I also feel like some of you, there is professional work. I'm getting photography. Maybe you're a photographer. This could also be taking a professional headshot. For others of you, I feel like there's something about you being recognized, but it may require a picture of you. Some of you could even be in like a newspaper, or your business name, or perhaps your logo, or a picture of you. I feel like something is getting recognized here. Now, also for those of you that are wanting to get that pay raise, I feel like you're going for it this month. Okay. Now, hopefully this isn't the thing that, you get now, but you have the conversation now, but it shows up 3 months from now. But if so, I'd be asking for that back pay. All right, let's look at love. What do we have here for love, partnerships, romance, or family? I see the engagement ring. It's in reverse, but I do see, though, with this Four of Wands, some of you are engaged, or there is going to be happy news around love. That could be someone's wish to be in a higher commitment, to have a partnership or union, to feel that sense of completion and eternity. So I definitely feel like for those of you looking for love, and it feels like there's been a lot of anxiety around dating or putting yourself out there, I see here you being content with where you're at for a while with the Nine of Cups. That can be a singular energy. And I see here, when you least expect it, you're going to meet someone. It could be after a move, or after some sort of abundance or happy opportunity shows up, because you're in that energy and that's what you pull towards you. But I see engagement ring. For some of you, there's been a cut off of a commitment because we have the Death card. The relationship could be over. And maybe that's the message or news that you've heard in the past, because maybe it had to do with third party. With that Three of Cups, caused a lot of anxiety. It caused you to feel very scattered in your energy. But I do see here a favorable outcome, even if you don't always see it while you're going through this transition. It could be towards the end of Scorpio season, more so Sag energy here. Yeah, Four of Wands, Sagittarius. It almost feels like by Sagittarius season is when, and that's the end of November into December, is when this bliss shows up. So it could be growth and transformation. Now, I also see some of you have cut ties, and this may be very necessary. You may have cut ties from someone who is very immature. They may have had you feeling a little bit left out. They may have moved on without you, and it may have caused you a bit of anxiety. But again, I see a lot of progression. I see a lot of growth here. You've actually received what you've needed in this dynamic, Aries, and I see you moving towards calmer waters with this ship. And I see also a lot more stability with this Four of Wands coming in. A lot more stability and happy times ahead. Some of you are planning travel, or you're planning, a getaway. There could be a move coming in, as mentioned. But the Four of Wands is about either moving in together or finding your soul tribe, finding a bestie, finding people who connect with you. This is the card of soul tribe, family, friendships, stability, and foundation. And even though there may have been a lack of harmony, or it just feels like a lack of finding your people, if that's been a wish of yours, look out, because you're shifting your energy now and you're going to attract people, even if it's not in the moment, right? Just like working out, we're not going to see results immediately, but by making these small choices and changes now, this outcome looks favorable. All right. Now, the archetype for you is the shapeshifter. And what I'm getting from this energy here with the shapeshifter, and we'll of course read from the guidebook here, but it feels like you've shifted into a lot of different versions of Aries, and that's very normal to do. I feel like we don't always stay the same. Yes, we have, our character, we have different traits that people recognize within us, but I feel that you've shifted your energy in a very profound way, and some people may not recognize you is what I'm getting here. Some people may not recognize you, but that's not a bad thing. And I actually feel for some of you, you may even be changing your appearance in some way. Some of you, this could be, I'm getting like cosmetic or maybe cosmetic surgery. Some of you, it feels like you're coming out of a darkness, or just a period of lacking confidence at times. But I feel like you're coming out of it, and people are like, whoa, you're glowing today, Aries, or what's going on? You look different. But maybe there's nothing physical that looks different, but everything energetic looks different. Now, the shapeshifter is the trickster, the elusive, the formless. The shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscapes of our existence. Yeah, we just talked about this as well. And this is the Page of Wands. So there is something here about adaptability for you, Aries. It says here, the shapeshifter card appears. When it appears, it's important to imagine that you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. Okay, you can't make that up. We talk about perspective. We talk about the colors, right? Instead of black and white. And didn't we also talk about the glasses as well? So definitely looking at it through a kaleidoscope, because there's a lot more colors than just the black and white. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagined. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. There's that Seven of Cups. Dancing long-term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. We said that as well. So beautiful confirmation here of what's going on, because when this is in the light aspect, which, hello, the bliss is dancing in the light there. So there is a light aspect of this showing up. This is vibrant energy. It's adaptive and it's humorous. It's funny. It's not taking life so darn seriously, right? You know, that low grade depression or high functioning depression where we don't always have that humor or that joy, right? This is about having more of that. Can we shift into this energy that doesn't take life as seriously? We have a little more fun, because when it's showing up as the dark, which I just said, some of you may be coming out of the dark, It can be a charlatan, someone who is a people pleaser, maybe even a trickster, someone who, it is very maybe black and white or all or nothing, very anxiety driven. And I see here that that can be overwhelming to a point of causing restlessness, sleepless nights, and dis-ease in the body. The ultimate shapeshifter works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. I'm going to repeat that, okay? The ultimate shapeshifter, because remember, we have this in all of us, works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished, right? The diminished shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. So be mindful of that. A lot of you are definitely working towards the greatest good, and that is being in the energy of flow. We talk about that in the very beginning. If you want to go deeper, dive into Cindy Sherman. Now, I'm not quite sure who that is. I mean, maybe some of you, maybe your name is Cindy or Sherman. The shapeshifter is related to the mask. Notice if these cards come up together. We only pulled one. It says, if so, you are in the realm of heavy theater, illusion, or possibly deception. I'm just going to pull one more. All right, we have the storm at the bottom, so we don't see the mask. So some of you, this is about you making this change now, right? Making the change now, something small, something, I mean, it could be small. It could be as small as your everyday daily routine, because that's what's ultimately going to shift you up out of the energy instead of staying in the storm, right? Because when does that rainbow come in, that kaleidoscope? After the storm. And I feel like a lot of you are shifting into a more energized, more vibrant, and I'm even getting more youthful. I don't care if you're 90 years old or if you're 21 years old. It feels like you're more youthful. So it's a lighter energy, okay? You could even be connecting and surrounding yourself to people who are younger, right? It could be working with children. It could be, working with people who are exciting and fun and, have this pizzazz for life. I also see some of you dancing, moving the body. Yeah, ecstatic dance even, where you may be just feeling liberated, freeing yourself up from whatever this anxiety has been for you. And this is a big month to inspire change. You are the shapeshifter. You have what it takes to shift out of an old energy and transmute it into something new that feels better, feels more aligned with your heart, with your soul. That is what I have for you. Aries, I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And thank you again so very much for tuning in today. Lots of love.